Satnam, everybody. We are going to talk today about some techniques, pranayama techniques, and also preparation for pranayama that sort of help me in everyday life. And you can do it, I will explain, for those who are beginners and also for advanced practitioners. I've been doing pranayama for more than 15 years and it helped me a lot. But last few years, maybe 8 to 9 years, I've been moving more to pranayama than asanas. I suggest that if you are not an advanced practitioner, I suggest that you do asana, then pranayama practice. Because for pranayama practice, because it's a very subtle practice, you will need to be relaxed. Although pranayama is relaxing your body, it's sort of a paradox, so you need to be relaxed to do your pranayama. So if you're anxious, if you're in any kind of tension, you have any kind of tension in your body, it's going to be difficult to go along with this very subtle practice. To me, everything is important in preparation for pranayama and also to pranayama or even meditation. So you need to be careful what you eat and what you do that day, and it's very nice to have a little pranayama practice in the morning and also in the evening before you go to sleep. Some preparations are a little bit advanced. We're gonna do kapalbhati and then we gonna do Bastrika, but I will introduce you modified versions for beginners. Okay, first, when you sit down, before you start anything with pranayama, just try to scan the whole body when you sit and try to breathe. We use ujjayi breath. I use it also in everyday life. It's not so strong as in practice, so it's very like mild, but you can hear your inhalation and exhalation more than a normal breath. So you relax your jaw and you put a tongue a little bit up. And when relaxing your jaw and straightening your spine, relaxing your shoulders, put your hands on knees or wherever you like them. Try to feel the whole breath coming from the center of the body, from diaphragm, solar plexus, or however you like to call it, and then spreading all along with your body, top of the head and knees and even feet. So inhale and then exhale. So first you need to sit down and see how your body reacts even for this very beginner's pranayama. So it's sort of a meditation on the breath, but actually you are searching to scan the body and feel if there is any physical or emotional tension. And then when you do this inhalation and exhalation, you can measure your pulse and you can go by this pulse. So the measurement is going to be, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, or faster, 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter. But you do 4 inhalation and 4 exhalation. If you feel okay with that, you can do 6 inhalation and 6 exhalation, or 8, 8. After this, if you don't have any tension in your body and you feel emotionally really good to do pranayama, then we can continue. These preparations I will show for pranayama are called Kapalbhati and Bastrika, and they are very good for if you live in the city, and also very good for cleaning the lungs and lift the energy up. I usually don't do Kapalbhati and Bastrika before I go to sleep, and usually I do it in the morning along with Uddiyana Nauli, that is first preparation for pranayama. I have a video about it on my channel, so you can check that out. But Kapalabhati is going to be like, imagine that this is your spine and this is your abdomen. So it's like passive inhale and then very active exhale. So it's So you engage all the muscles you can think of your belly, and also inside muscles. You can squeeze your anus and whatever you can think of the muscles before you start. Especially if you're a beginner, it's going to be difficult. Sometimes people do Kapalbhati, they engage only lower abdomen. It's also fine. But at the start, we are trying to find the pushing from the navel, but not forcing this pushing. So you don't have to push it and then stay and then inhale. You just need to touch and release, touch and release. This is how Kapalabhati works. Because diaphragm we try to use, it's gonna put the toxins out of the body and then release another inhalation, passive one, release another inhalation for a new air to come in, oxygen to come in. So basically what we are changing the pressure in our belly, and it's going to suit you because you will feel the energy going up. It's sort of instead of coffee in the morning or before the coffee, because you will feel lightened. So we start by passive inhaling and then push, touch and release, exhale. I don't suggest that you go slower than this, but if you want, you can. But if we go slower than this, then maybe we will just force our abdomen to work. So it's going to look like this. It looks very similar to the exact practice, but it's wrong. So we are engaging our muscles too much. So it's like this. So if we squeeze Kapalabhati, it's not going to do us good. So basically we are doing with our belly is this. So inhale. You can see touch and release, touch and release. And if we are okay with the technique, after some time we're going to do it faster. We are going to make the sound through our nose. The breathing is through our nose, but we are going to make the sound from the belly. So it doesn't sound like this, like you're doing something from the nose. Or even sometimes my clients, when they start with Kapalabhati, they sound like they're pushing the muscles too much. It has to be a very relaxed technique. That's why I said maybe to do some asanas before. So it's like touch and release, touch and release. We need some time to learn how to relax in our diaphragm and belly. So before we start Kapalabhati, try to extend on inhalation and try to just engage on exhalation. Don't force it. So inhale, and then we can start do even a little bit more faster than the other ones. Or we can, if we are the advanced practitioners, we can engage only lower abdomen. So the basically diaphragm pops out when we do exhalation. You can do Kapalbhati, for example, 3 times with a pause between normal breath. And for example, I do it 180 times one series, but you can start with 10 and then gradually extend to 20 or 30. So, but the most important thing is not to do it with the jaw, with the face, with a sound from the mouth. So you do it through the nose, but don't force it. And also you need to find the rhythm at the beginning. And when you find the rhythm, don't speed up and don't slow down. So you find a rhythm, what is really good for you, that really works, that you make this nice sound of Kapalabhati, and then you work gradually over a month or 2 or 3 to speed up, or to even make a little bit more sound or a little bit more engagement in the belly. So basically the Kapalabhati sounds like this. So inhale. The last one, you're gonna do it a little bit slower. The last one is the sign if you are doing it okay. So if the last one is sort of trembling or something like that, and the body goes like this, then maybe you did more counting than you should. So maybe you do less counting or slow the rhythm or something like that. So the last one is the long one, and you engage all the muscles, and then in between while you're pausing you can do normal Ujjayi breath, inhale 4 seconds, exhale 4 or 6, 6 and so on. Another technique that is very good is Bastrika, and it's similar to Kapalbhati, but it's a little bit more difficult because we are doing active inhale, active exhale. Okay, so it's like pushing, engaging outside and engaging inside. So it's like the side of the Bastrika is that it has to be even from inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can do it faster. Or you can do it even more faster. Either way, your belly will move outside, inside, outside, inside. And you will feel like the whole belly is expanding very much on inhalation, like your navel is going to pop out, or exhaling while you engage the muscles in. Bastrika, I don't do much since I'm a little bit Vata and Pitta dosha. So Bastrika is going to lift me more. And for those that have a lower energy, maybe they can do Bastrika a little longer, but I don't do it in the series. So I do, like, for example, 10 of repeating, and that's it. So 10 counting of Bastrika. One inhale and exhale, that is one. So basically you start with some kind of realistic rhythm. Inhale, exhale, push out, push in, push out, push in. Pushing is maybe not the correct word, but engage out, engage in. And then you can slowly, gradually speed up with Bastrika. So Bastrika and Kapalabhati are really, really good preparations, along with Uddiyana Nauli that I mentioned before, for real pranayama. For my students that are beginners, I never do Kumbhaka, I never do retaining or holding the breath. But I've seen that a lot of teachers do it at the beginners of the practice. I'm not sure if this is correct or not, but the only parameter about this is how you feel inside. So if you feel panic, anxious or something like that, don't hold your breath. Even though if someone tells you to hold the breath, just go with your inside, with your inner feeling. I will now introduce Kumbhaka, but along with Puraka and Rajaka, inhalation and exhalation, it's very good to have this inner compass, whether you feel good or not. On the other side, sometimes we are a little bit lazy and sometimes we don't want to go out of the comfort zone. So if you have a really, really good teacher that is in a traditional pranayama, really good in the practice, then maybe you can listen to him to hold the breath, but only if you trust the person and relationship is really good, that they really trust you, and also that you trust them, and then maybe it will work either way. Basically, what we do when we hold the breath, we engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha and Jalahara Bandha. So these are the bandhas that sort of engage our pelvic floor and lungs, and also neck area with clavicular bones. It's not easy for the beginners to do them if they didn't do any asana practice. With me, it sort of became natural to do it because I did a lot of asana practice, Ashtanga practice, and a lot of practices that engage Mula, Uddiyana and Jalahara Bandha. But if you are a beginner, try to focus first on your asana practice, then holding the breath, and do some serious and subtle pranayama. We are going to inhale, for example, 4 seconds, and then we are going to hold 4 seconds, and then we are going to do double exhalation. This is what I was taught how to do holding the breath, because at the beginning it's not good that you hold breath too long. Some of the schools, they do it even longer. I don't have anything against it. Now I'm really okay with it. But for the beginners, I'm not sure if that works and that the panic will not come out. So we always do sort of, at the beginning we do ratio 1 to 1 to 2. So it's like inhale, holding the breath, and exhalation. When you hold the breath, these muscles, rib muscles, and all the trapezius, shoulders, clavicular bones, chest, diaphragm, abdomen, everything works, especially when you're holding the breath. So, and it's very good to do this movement with your first and fourth finger of the right hand, if you can, to squeeze or just a little bit pressing of the nostrils, and then go deeper with your chin down and holding your breath, lifting the chest up, and just a little bit engaging your abdomen to pull your lower abdomen down a little bit. Okay, it's like lifting the pelvic floor. At the same time, when you do that, you try to engage your chest. This is what is natural to asana practitioners. So when every time they do Surya Namaskar, the chest is lifting if you're doing it properly. And there's a lot of working with your hands, so this will build up gradually with asana practice. So it's going to be easier when you're holding breath and engaging Uddiyana Bandha. And then Jalahara Bandha is like sort of a natural, you will feel like some kind of a relaxing note in the throat, so you don't feel like there is a strength or there is something wrong with the neck. So it's very relaxed, and then you hold the breath, and then you slowly go through both nostrils to exhalation. So basically it's like you count your, you can have a metronome. I usually have it because I don't trust my counting, especially at the beginning, but you can play along with your own rhythm. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, then slowly come with your fingers, press your nostrils, go down, chest up, lift, 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 hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slowly come down, lift your chest, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it doesn't look difficult, but if you do it properly, after 10 times of this pranayama, it will make you feel better, and also it will for sure make you feel stronger. Pranayama is even more difficult practice than asana, and it will make your body really, really balanced and really strong if you do it properly. So you can start 1 to 1 to 2 ratio, and then gradually you can do 1 to 2 to 2 ratio. So it's like 4 inhale, 8 holding the breath, 8 exhale, and then you can try actually to explore a little bit. So 1 to 2 to 1 ratio, for example, it's like 4 inhale, 8 holding the breath, and 4 exhale. Some of the schools, they go with 4 inhale, 12 retention, holding the breath, and then 6 exhale. You can explore these styles in the way you want them, but like I said, it's very important to have inner compass and how your body feels. Also, some of my clients that did the pranayama on their own and on their own hand without the teacher, they told me after pranayama they feel like this or like that, they don't feel good, they have panic, they're anxious, and so it's not something to joke about. Find a good teacher, or you can find some good videos, or find some good books. But this is very much rational and logical thing to do about pranayama, how your body feels inside and how is your heart going when you're holding the breath. Holding the breath gradually will extend in more ratio, and you will be able to hold the breath more. I would like to say for the end that it's not about how long can you hold the breath until you go out of the air. So it's not good if after the pranayama you feel like you want to inhale deeply. So after this you need to feel a relaxation, no matter which kind of pranayama you do. It's gonna maybe lift you energetically, but in the mind and in the heart you shouldn't feel anxious or something like that, or desire to deep breathe because you were doing pranayama. So basically I will repeat now Kapalbhati, Bastrika, and holding the breath, that you can join together in one mini pranayama practice in the morning, and in the evening you try to go with holding breath but not longer than inhalation, and also you can do inhale and exhale through left nostrils before you go to sleep. So inhale is going to be 4 seconds and exhale 8. It's always left nostril because then we are ready for sleep. It's very relaxing pranayama. So I will repeat Kapalbhati, so it's passive inhale, active exhale, or faster. Or then Bastrika, faster. And holding the breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And one more last thing. When you do preparation for pranayama and pranayama, it's a meditation in itself. So try to move your hand very slowly. Try to be mindful of everything you do, how this hand is positioned on the knee, what is going on in the body. Everything is very important. And also try to close your eyes, because sometimes when we look out, we are not inside. We cannot see the technique inside. And it's very important for pranayama, because it's a sort of meditation with the breath, that we do it inside of yourself, and that you breathe along. Okay, hope this was helpful, and for more questions you can contact me. I've been doing pranayama very traditionally and very respectfully for my gurus, my lineage of gurus, and I've been dedicated for more than 20 years in asana practice and pranayama practice, and I think that this is not some kind of quick technique that is for everybody, that everybody can teach or do. So it's very important that you have dedicated practice before you start to teach and to tell anything about these subtle practices. Thank you very much. Sat Nam.